All right, this app and program is called SeeSaw, and I've been using it for about the past 5 years with my students. Since I can't show you the student views as what they've uploaded for privacy concerns, I'll show you what I've done just even in my own courses for my master's. So in SeeSaw, if you're unfamiliar with it, you have this plus symbol once you've set up your class, and you can post to students' journals, and they also have the ability to post themselves. So you could take a photo or a video, they can draw, they can add a file, write a note, or even a direct link. So going back to the beginning of when I began using this, here is an example of just a photo. Once you've taken a photo, you can then draw directly on your photo. You could add a caption to it. You can even add a little note at the bottom. And you can create folders for your classes so that you can sort them into the different classes. If you can add multiple photos at once to scroll through and adding in notes as well. Here's adding a file, so it'll link directly to the files that you've uploaded. This is a great way for you to communicate with parents and share students' learning with their families. And kids also love uploading photos. I usually have a separate folder just for social pics that the students can share with their families. So here's an example of what a note would look like. It's just a plain note paper that you can add into it. Um, I'm just trying to think what else. You can add audio, so you can play audio if the students record their voices if you want to. For example, teaching a second language is great when I have the students read what they've written. So I'm assessing not only their written capabilities, but their oral ability as well. These are again files. Here's a link, so they can again post links to websites that they may be useful for them, and then they could add writing on it as well. It's great to get the parent feedback, the comments. I've had nothing but positive comments and support for parents, admin, colleagues. So it's a great reflection piece for the students, which they can use as well. Let's see, what else can you do? I don't think I have any videos, but again, just a lot of photos. I often will photograph their assessments and put that in there so that parents can see that. If you take photos, you can again draw right over top of it and add in writing as well, and then tag it with whatever class you're teaching, if it's science, math, whatever. Students often will put in notes that we're doing so that they can again look back on their own to look in for their own notes later on. So I love using SeeSaw. They've got several new features such as you can create activities. So if you browse their activity library, it'll take you to different things that you can assign, such as like tickets out the door. Um, there are things by subject. So there's little things about periodic tables that they can do, or I've done this one with my class, which I enjoy. Classifying matter, so it's a great assessment at the end as well to see if your students are understanding. So I would really recommend using this app to communicate with families. You have an inbox here so that you can send private messages back and forth with families. And I it also, if you have the app installed on your phone, it'll go directly to your phone without actually giving out your number. So it's just a great communication piece for families. I don't use the skills section. You would need, there's an upgraded, the one that costs money will give you the skills. I've been a SeeSaw ambassador, and we've tried it with my school, but I find that the free app is just as good, and you don't need to have the skill set up for the paid version. So yeah, I would definitely recommend trying out SeeSaw if you haven't used it before. You can go into a calendar view, which will show you when things have been added. So I haven't used this one because for myself, I stopped using it and started using different things, which I'll show you later on, such as Adobe Spark. But for the student use portfolios, this is great for student portfolios, so you can sort by date to see what's been added as well, or just go to the list view. I use it if I'm out shopping and I was shopping for different trees and I wanted to keep track of cost. I mean, so obviously it's not the intended purpose, but I had it ready to go, and so it doesn't use the storage on my phone for all the photos that I take, because in my classroom I take a lot of photos of the kids at work or little videos of them working. So as well as they do using they have separate login IDs through email. Younger students can sign in with a QR code. When you do take something, so for example, let's say I write a note, um, and I want to submit it, so I can record, like I said, over top of it, or I can edit it if I want to. You will get a list of all of your students in the class, so you can tag just one student if it's just for one student, or multiple students if there are several in the photo, so that all the families will be able to share in that one. So that is SeeSaw in a nutshell. I highly recommend using it. I will continue to use it for next year, and I've actually got a few other colleagues that plan on implementing it this year as well. So check it out at seesaw.me, and I know you'll enjoy it.